I'm Lin.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to our 30 days of yoga.
Yes, and we're coming to day 20 today, so well done for sticking with it. And if it's your first visit to our channel today, then join in. Our first pose is Adho Mukha Virasana. You will be familiar if you've been practicing with us, but if it's your first day, just join in.
Okay, before we start, can I just mention that you might need some equipment. So if you've got a yoga belt or a rope or a tie, if you don't have a yoga belt, then have that. Now we've got a couple of bricks here, yoga bricks, which are great. If you don't have yoga bricks, then you can take a sturdy kitchen chair to put your hands onto for the pose that we're going to do. Or, maybe you can sort of raise some books up to be the right height. We're going to have them that way around so you can see how high those are. You need to have your hands up a little. Most people will.
Yes. That's just in case sometimes people can take that.
Yeah, some people can take their hands to the floor. It's not,
Yeah, we'll go through it, don't worry. Okay, Adho Mukha Virasana. Listen, I'm going to go a little bit quicker today because you'll be so familiar with this little sequence. So we're coming into Adho Mukha Virasana, and again, remembering to anchor the back of the body down, very important. You see that you root the back of the pelvis towards the back of the thighs, and the back of the thighs need to root down towards the heels. We're coming for Adho Mukha Svanasana, so just take a few moments to prepare for this, looking forward because we're coming up into dog pose. Good. Nice and fluid now. So you should be becoming a little bit more familiar with these poses and this preparation. So we've repeated this for the last few days, definitely. So you'll be familiar. It's very important to familiarize yourself with some of the poses so that it becomes a habit, a good habit. Extending into the arms and extending back into the back of the legs. So the weight needs to keep in the back body so much, and the legs need to be lifting up and strong. Looking forward. Now we're coming for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and we practiced this for the last few days. So it's upward dog. So see that when you come into this position, that you tuck your toes under if that's necessary and you need that little bit of extra height. But if you're able to flatten your feet, then do so. Be sure that your arms are absolutely straight and strong and the wrists are rooting down into the palms. You're lifting through the upper arms to open the frontal chest. Press down into your palms and reach through the front body. Be in this position. Soft inhalation and exhalation. Coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing down strongly into your palms. And now jumping or walking those legs towards the hands. So bring the feet in. And again, as we've said on many occasions, we're all different. The hamstrings are at different lengths, so it may be that you need a little bit of help. Leo was talking about the yoga bricks earlier on. You can place those underneath the hands if you find your knees are bending, or you can place your hands to a chair. Otherwise, coming to your action, your classic pose. It maybe it's a step too far to take your hands back towards the feet or the sides of the foot bones at this stage. Maybe that you have to keep your hands a little bit further forward. And this is fine too, as long as you keep that nice alignment of the spine. What you don't want to do is to create a distorted action in your spine. Can you see this? Everything needs to be connecting. So you have a sense of opening throughout the spine. The shoulder blades are drawing tremendously towards the back waist. So just be in your action wherever it may be. We're all at different stages. But remember, those legs need to work very strongly. Your knees need to pull up strongly. Your thighs need to lift up, right up into the root. Lift the abdomen and just be there for a few moments. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. So coming out of your Uttanasana, draw your abdomen in. Remember, you can see Leo's head comes up first. She engages with her back body. The shoulder blades have got to work towards the back way so much, and then coming up out of the action. Good. Well done. Standing in Tadasana, rolling your shoulders back and down, lifting up through the front spine. And just take this time to quieten the breath and be aware of your positioning, your posture, the weight back into the heel bones as you lift up through the center of the body. We're coming now for a preparational stage of Virabhadrasana 3. So this is when we were talking at the very beginning when Leo was saying about the equipment. You may need to put your hands onto a chair, or you can use the bricks. You may also be able to take your hands to the floor. But if you find Uttanasana really challenging, that previous pose, then this will be a little bit more difficult as well. So the main thing is when you come into your forward hinging action, that your legs are absolutely straight and strong, because this will be where you will be balancing. You're balancing on one leg. So hinge forward. Take your hands down either to the floor or to your support, bricks or a chair. Look forward. Now you can see that Leo's back's really nice and long. She's working very strongly on the shoulder blades, moving them deeply towards the back waist. There is also another direction of the lower back ribs extending up towards the back of the skull. So it's a two-way direction here. Lifting the abdomen and just taking your left leg back so that you're just on the top of the toe. Looking forward, keeping your back really nice and straight, lifting your abdomen. See if you can lift that back leg in line with the hip. Now, again, you have to see that there's a softness in the buttock, so the direction of the buttock from the inner buttock to the outer buttock, you have to see that there's a length and a softening here. For sure, the outer hips need to move in strongly to support you, but you have to see that the soft tissue fiber remains soft and that it's coming into a fluid action with this pose. Soft inhalation and exhalation. Stamping to your back leg as if you're stamping it towards a wall. Be in this position. So you can see the levelness here is coming. All right, and release it now. So we come to the other side. Taking the right leg back this time, keeping the pelvis nice and level, lifting the leg. Of course, with that lift, you're going to there's going to be a different effect on the back buttock, and quite often it becomes very tense. See if you can release the back buttock from the inner buttock to the outer buttock. Reach into the back heel strongly, and remember to lift your abdomen. See that you get the levelness of the sacral area. Those of you who can take your hands to the floor, this is absolutely fine too. You can see Leo's in this position here. So you're just practicing leg work for Virabhadrasana 3. And then releasing the leg down. Draw the abdomen deeply within and coming up into your standing position. Stand in Tadasana. So again, when you stand in Tadasana, you're just absorbing some of the work, lifting through the front body. Soft inhalation and exhalation. So the preparation work you can practice several times. You can do 2 or 3 times. It's a very nice way of working, and also it's a good way to introducing the balancing action of Virabhadrasana 3. We're coming down now for the floor work, and we're revisiting Chatuspadasana. We practiced this yesterday, and we're going to practice it again today. Coming to that supine action, you can see Leo is preparing her belt for this pose and holding on to the reins so that she can get that lift. And again, for sure, if you can hold on to the frontal ankles, then do the lower leg, hold on to the lower leg if you can still get the lift. Sometimes when you start off that way, you haven't practiced an awful lot of yoga, it's quite difficult to get the lift. But just see where you are with this. Taking a breath in and lifting up, lifting the pelvis. And again, move those upper arms in, so keep moving them in. And then lift it. And when you come to the stage where you can lift the back of the pelvis, then take those arms a little bit deeper in as well. Move them towards one another. Yes, and lift up through the pelvis. See that you get the broadness of the upper chest, and go and see that you move the back of the shoulder blades towards the back waist. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. With the thighs, you have to be sure that the thighs are rolling in and they're not going out. You'll bring those thighs in nicely. Good. Well done. And releasing, and again with Chatuspadasi, you can practice it several times. When you come down, reach the back of the pelvis towards the back of the thighs, and just be here and rest here for a few moments. Just let the back find its own direction and space. It takes a few moments for this to adjust. And when you feel your back has had enough release, then roll to your right side and come up into a seated position. Sitting in Sukhasana. Softening the abdomen and just taking a few moments to just quiet the senses. Soft inhalation, exhalation. Thank you for joining us today.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and keep on going. I know that the poses are getting a little harder now, a little more challenging, but that's partly what we're doing, is trying to increase your strength and stamina and your endurance, but also that mental focus so that you can keep doing things even when they become a little bit of a challenge.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Namaste.
Namaste.